What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be giving you my first impressions for the MMO Black Desert Online. So at the time of this recording, I've only put about 5, maybe 6 hours into the game, but I wanted to give a first impression before going any further into the story. So please keep in mind that I've never really played an MMO before or properly. This is my first entrance. Now, the reason why I've chosen this one over many others is for a few reasons, but one of the main ones was that this is just a buy to play. So you buy the game and that's it. There's no ongoing monthly subscription cost, which put me off a lot of other MMOs. Now, the footage I am showing you is directly from my Twitch stream. So if you want to follow me and watch me play, you can follow me on twitch.tv/PixelSean. But I'm going to get into my first impressions of the game, what my thoughts are about it, and if you as a beginner should also get into it as well. So as I said, this is my first kind of experience with an MMO before. I'm not familiar with the acronyms. I didn't really know what to expect. However, I was in the search for what I call a forever game. A game where you can just pick up, jump in for a short 20-minute session, or you could sink in 6 hours. I just wanted a game where you could go ahead and be who you want and do what you want in a large, expansive world. Now, I'm not going to be going into the story at all, and this is for a few reasons. Reason number one, I've only put in about 5-6 hours, as I said earlier, and I don't think that this is enough for me to speak on the story. When you have such a wide and expansive game and you've only put in 6 hours and I'm still sort of in the starting area, I don't feel justified in telling you guys about the story. I don't want to say something that's wrong, and I also don't want to put anyone else off for potentially getting this game. But from my first 6 hours into the game, I can tell you that the story is quite good. So let's go back to the very start. When you open the game, you have a selection of 19 different classes, all of which have their own pros and cons, and all of which are more suitable to, let's say, either expert players or beginner players. It really depends on what class you pick. I personally started watching only a couple of videos about what class is more suitable to my playstyle. I like the more quick, agile, close combat sort of playstyle. So I was recommended either the Lan or the Mystic. So I ended up going with the Mystic because I found that the Mystic was a little bit better than the Lan, in my opinion, just based on the information provided online by a lot more experienced users, but that's who I went with. Once you select your character, you're then taken to a customization screen, and I've never ever seen a customization screen as complicated and complex as this. You can literally change absolutely anything. And yes, for those who are actually wondering and look out for this sort of stuff, this game does have boob jiggle physics. If that's what makes you buy the game, sure, go for it. But I spent about 40 minutes to an hour in this character customization menu, just given how many different options were available to me, to the point where I had to say, okay, let's just get into the game, because I could have spent easily another hour in that menu fine-tuning my character. But if you like a really good character customization menu, this is going to be the game for you. There are infinite possibilities, and it really hones in the fact that your character that you're creating is completely unique to you. No one else in the game is going to have the same character as you, and for me, that is wildly important because it feels like this character is mine. So eventually I'm going to go ahead and try out a few other classes as well. And I really want to be able to customize them the way that I see fit. Again, it's so important for me to have characters that I created, not just a generic one that everyone chooses. I don't know about you guys, but it makes me feel more connected to the world. It feels like I have more of a say, and by extension, it's going to make me stay in the game for longer. But again, if you're looking for a good character customization menu, this is a game for you. So once you start, you get the usual tutorial sort of stuff. Now, as I said, this is kind of my first MMO, so I didn't know a lot of the tropes of the MMO genre. So I was given the task to research grey wolves. So I was going up to these grey wolves thinking, well, how do I research? Am I pressing, the talk button, the interact button, or anything like that? And thankfully, while I was streaming this, I had someone in my stream say, you need to research with violence. So I'm like, okay, I'll go ahead and start killing these grey wolves. And this is how I started to research. Now again, that might seem obvious to people who have played MMOs before, but to someone who hasn't, that wasn't obvious. I was thinking research doesn't translate to kill. But I went ahead and started killing these grey wolves, and I instantly fell in love with the combat. My character moves so quickly and she's so agile, and the hits land in a way where it just shows how much power and impact is behind each punch. And as you progress through the game, you start unlocking more combos for combat. So when you're going through huge hordes and crowds of enemies, you can string together devastating combos and just lay waste to everyone in your way. And the combat is so good that even when I passed my 5 out of 5 Grey Wolves to research, I just kept killing them. I couldn't stop because it was so fun. And this is what I'm looking for in an MMO as well. The combat just isn't generic. It needs to be fun, it needs to be varied, all the characters need to have different attributes, and also, importantly for me, it needs to be stylistic. You can see when she's hitting things, she's jumping around, she's rolling, there's all these flashy lights and effects going on. This is something that keeps me immersed in the game. It's visually appealing. Now, just going back to the characters, each class is gender locked. So if you wanted, let's say, a ninja, that would be a male. But if you wanted the female counterpart, you would just simply go with the kunoichi. Let's say if you wanted a female warrior, warrior is the male version of the warrior. The female version of the warrior is essentially a Valkyrie. So each kind of class has their opposite gender counterpart. Now, one of the things that blew my mind when I was playing this was that I thought that I had done quite a bit in my 5 to 6 hours of playthrough. I felt like I covered a lot of land. I've gone into different caves, I've gone into water, I've traversed different valleys and hills, and then I go into the map and I zoom out and I see that I've barely gone anywhere in comparison to the scale of this map. This map is insane. It is massive. Now I can't wait to explore more of this map because apparently you can get ships, you can get horses, you can buy your own house, you can get your pets to stay in your house. There are monsters out in the sea. There are PvP free-for-all kind of areas. It's just insane. The amount of things that are offered and available in this game is just going to keep me entertained for hundreds of hours on end. Now, when I was speaking to a few people who are a lot more experienced in this game, and you guys can clarify this in the comments below, there is a karma system. So once you reach, I think it's around level 50 or something around that, you actually have the ability to get hit by other players. So if you hit other players who are also over level 50, there is a karma system that kicks in. Now, you lose karma by assaulting other players, and if you strike with a death blow, you lose even more karma for murder. If your karma goes below 0, you are flagged until you raise your karma. The negative side effect of being, I guess, a red player or below 0 karma is that NPCs will kill you on sight. And even if you go into a safe zone, other players are still able to kill you. If you are a red player, or what's known as negative karma, you can lose the following if you're killed. So you lose the crystals, you lose experience, and you lose the enhancement levels on gear. And according to the Black Desert Online website, it says customer support will not restore karma loss or anything that was lost on your character. So if you do want to be a red player or go below 0 karma, these are the risks that you need to take. So with an ever-expanding map, an almost seemingly infinite amount of missions and things to do in the game, a highly detailed character customization menu, really impressive graphics and combat styles, this game has me hooked. I feel completely overwhelmed with the amount of content that is about to wash over me, but I'm also equally optimistic and excited for this game. As I said at the start of the video, I wanted a forever game where I could just sink in and do whatever I want. If I wanted to just have a chill gameplay, I could just go down to the beach and start fishing. I could get in a boat and just start sailing around. I could get on a horse and start riding around the countryside. If I really wanted to, I could also have the game be as hectic as I want and start doing raids or start attacking other people or start doing different missions where you start fighting other bosses. It seems like the possibilities in this game aren't too far away from limitless. I can go ahead, buy a house, and have my friends visit my house and have pets. And I'm sure that I haven't even scratched the surface of things that you can or can't do in this game. Again, this is just my first impressions, and already within 5 to 6 hours, I am blown away. And if you guys would like, I can do a follow-up video when I get to 20, 30, 50, 100 hours in to see what my experiences are and see if anything's changed. And so my 5th or 6th hour concluded on my first boss fight. And you can see again from the combat, it is wildly entertaining. It is fluid, it's immersive, it's very stylistic, and it feels really, really good. And again, if you do want to watch me play this game, I am live on Twitch, twitch.tv/PixelSean. Please bear in mind that I am new to MMOs entirely, and I am new to this game. So please go easy, please go gentle. And if I did say anything wrong, please feel free to correct me in the comments. I'm not about spreading misinformation. This is just more of my first impressions. Now, if you are watching this video thinking, should you get this game? Absolutely. It's a once-off payment. It's pretty cheap on Steam for the base game, and there's no ongoing subscription fees. The character customization is insane, so your character is unique to you. And as I said, the game offers so much in terms of story, in terms of customization, in terms of combat. If you are looking for an MMO game that offers all these things, this is the game for you. So guys, that'll do it. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Okay, bye.